Time right now is 6:50. Time for the morning sprint.
Let's start with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and all the rainfall totals from those overnight storms, Gary.
Yeah, we had storms last night. Now skies are clearing out to the west. That's the view from the WISC Skycam. But take a look at the rainfall totals. 2 to 4 inches in and around Madison, back toward La Crosse. 1 to 2 inches generally across southern Wisconsin. It was a good soaking rain from last night.
Yeah, it certainly was a great soaker. We really needed it, too. Breaking overnight into the newsroom, emergency crews. A live look right here. They are investigating a local cattle barn that collapsed overnight during the storms. Owners of the farm near Belleville say that it was extreme wind that caused the collapse. The barn was filled with at least 100 steers. Those steers were trapped in the barn and were recently freed. Early reports found no human injuries. There was one dead animal inside, though. We'll be updating this information throughout the day at channel3000.com.
More breaking news this morning overseas. The European Union has recommended that it lifts the non-essential travel ban on Americans. It's a non-binding recommendation, so every member state can decide if they'll let travelers back in. It would help countries like Italy and Portugal that rely on that tourism. Well, it's going to be an exciting day for Wisconsin sports fans tomorrow. The Bucks are playing for a chance in the conference championship. They won against the Brooklyn Nets last night, tying up the 6-game series. Game 7 will be in Brooklyn. Tip-off is at 7:30.
New this morning, Israel has announced they'll send 1 million vaccine doses to Palestine. The country's vaccinated over 85% of its population and had some leftovers that'll be expiring soon. Israel's facing criticism for not sharing vaccines with the occupied West Bank and Gaza. Those doses are being shared with a UN-backed program that will administer the shots. Well, you might have a tough time finding fireworks this year. Phantom Fireworks says that supply shortage from last year is carrying over into this year. It's fueled by shipment challenges in a global market since most fireworks are made in China.
There are still a number of coronavirus safety concerns when it comes to the 2020 Olympics next month. Today, organizers announced there will be specific quarantine rules for athletes from India. A big worry is the spread of the Delta variant, first identified in that country.
Iran voting today to pick a new president. A conservative cleric is currently leading. He says that he supports reviving the nuclear deal as long as U.S. sanctions, which have devastated Iran's economy, are lifted. Low voter turnout is expected in part because of the pandemic.
Obamacare has survived another major legal challenge. The Supreme Court dismissed a third effort to dismantle the Affordable Care Act. The court ruled 7-2 that Texas and other states had no right to bring their lawsuit in federal court.
Just after President Biden demanded this week that Russian President Vladimir Putin crack down on cyber thieves, a new report shows ransomware attacks are exploding. They are happening up to 93% more per week. This month alone, more than 1,200 organizations are hit every 7 days.
The man charged with killing a UW-Madison student in 2008 is headed to trial. David Call was found incompetent yesterday. He's charged with the death of 21-year-old Brittany Zimmerman. He's currently serving a prison sentence at Oshkosh Correctional Institute for a 7th offense drunk driving conviction. A preliminary hearing is set for next month.
The Missouri couple who were recorded last summer holding and pointing firearms at protesters outside of their St. Louis home have pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges as part of a plea deal. Mark and Patricia McCloskey were issued fines in order to forfeit their firearms. They will not serve any jail time.
Vast swaths of the West are experiencing an unrelenting drought this morning. It's the worst in the area in at least 20 years. Take a look at this map. Drought and extreme heat are fueling wildfires as well. Reduced snowpack and the lack of rain is exacerbating water demands for millions of people. You can see the orange here is reaching into parts of the Midwest and Wisconsin, too.
Madison police want you to take a good look at this guy. He was caught on surveillance video stealing a cash register from the Atwood on the east side earlier this month. The man has a beard, wearing a white Wisconsin Badgers hat, white t-shirt, khaki cargos, and tennis shoes. He also has a tattoo on his left arm.
El Salvador last week became the first country to accept Bitcoin as legal tender. Its government then sought outside assistance to implement the change. The World Bank is denying that request, with the spokesperson citing Bitcoin's, quote, environmental and transparency shortcomings. El Salvador is also asking the International Monetary Fund for help. It says it's still analyzing the issue.
U.S. Open this weekend for golf, the third of 4 majors. Day 2 today. Golfers at Torrey Pines in San Diego tee off this morning. The American Russell Henley is going to start the day off tied for the lead. Hometown favorite Phil Mickelson had a pretty disappointing first day. They'll play through Sunday to determine the winner.
And the thunderstorms that were here all night have pretty much moved to the south now. They're out of southern Wisconsin, and skies are actually clearing to the north and west. Temperatures are right around 70 here in Madison, a little bit warmer to the south, a little bit cooler to the north, but dew point temperatures are still in the 60s, so it's kind of humid out there. The humidity levels will drop as the day goes on. Look for temperatures to climb through the 80s, probably reaching close to 90 degrees by late this afternoon, with skies becoming partly sunny. The humidity levels again down a little bit. Could see a thunderstorm chance tonight, but maybe some better chances for thunderstorms toward the end of the weekend. That would be good news because we could still use a little bit more rain, even what we got last night.
Gary, thanks for helping us out this morning. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday morning.